Right now, a local immigration rights group is speaking out against a bill to require local law enforcement to assist ICE agents.
And bail is set for the man suspected in Madison's third homicide of the year.
Plus, a Janesville grocery store that's closing on the east side could create a food desert. We'll hear from the owner.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Local law enforcement across Wisconsin could be forced to enforce federal immigration laws under a bill at the state capitol.
The controversial bill to ban sanctuary cities had a public hearing today. Amanda Quintana was at that hearing. She joins us now with the details. Amanda?
In Madison, the police department has had policies in place for years to limit how often officers engage in immigration-related enforcement. This bill would stop cities from having ordinances or policies like that, forcing local law enforcement to enforce federal immigration laws and cooperate with ICE. Right before the hearing, the organization Voces de la Frontera held a press conference opposing the bill. With them, interim police chief Vic Wall says if passed, it would make Madison less safe.
A law that that would remove our discretion to determine how we do business, and that would in effect require us to enforce federal immigration law would really have a chilling impact on our ability to develop those relationships, to build trust, and to work with all of our community members.
During the heated hearing, Senator Stephen Noss, who is the author of the bill, gave examples of violent crimes committed by undocumented immigrants across the country, telling stories of the innocent Americans affected, specifically speaking about Madison.
Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway has gone from refusing to follow federal law to actively impeding federal immigration officials. In June 2019, she proclaimed that she will stand with the illegal immigrant community and keep the community informed.
Noss says policies like the ones here in Madison put American citizens' safeties at risk. If the bill gets to Governor Tony Evers' desk, activists expect he will not sign it.
Amanda Quintana reporting. Amanda, thank you.
Family and friends of the man killed in an officer-involved shooting last week in Rock County are protesting at the Beloit Police Station. Beloit police say 23-year-old Monte Penning was spotted driving a stolen car and ran from officers. Police say 3 officers then shot and killed Penning, who was reported to be armed. The Wisconsin Department of Justice is currently investigating the events that led to the shooting, and the involved officers are on leave. The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner has identified the man fatally shot by police Sunday night. 23-year-old Keen Walker was shot after being pulled over for reckless driving. Police say he fired at officers after a short pursuit and later died at the hospital. A gun was recovered from the scene. The 3 officers involved in the shooting are on leave while the incident is under investigation.
In Racine County, the family of an 18-year-old man who was fatally shot by a Mount Pleasant police officer is suing over his death. The family of Tyrese West filed a federal civil rights lawsuit today against Sergeant Eric Giese and the village of Mount Pleasant, alleging wrongful death and excessive force. Giese shot West in June after he was pulled over for riding his bicycle in the dark with no light on it. To weather, let's check your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolfi. Gary?
Eric, it's pretty quiet out there right now, but there's a little batch of snow flurries moving through central Wisconsin that'll move through here this evening. And behind it, much colder air is starting to pour southward. You can see on high-resolution Doppler some of those flurries now starting to move into areas just north of the Dells and north of Beaver Dam. High temperatures today, upper 20s, about typical for this time of year. Janesville topped out at 30, Milwaukee at 32, even La Crosse at 30 degrees. Current temperatures are still in the middle to upper 20s, but just north of that map, those temperatures drop off very quickly to near 0 by the time you get to near Lake Superior. By tomorrow morning, we'll be down to around 5 degrees with wind chills around -10 as skies clear out. Tomorrow should be a sunny and cold day with a high of 18, but temperatures will warm back up on Thursday, and mild weather is expected into the Christmas holiday. I'll have more details on weather in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. A Milwaukee father is speaking out after his 1-year-old daughter was burned in scalding hot bath water. Anthony Wilson says a smile from his daughter Kelsey is rare these days. She cries every time she tries to walk. She needed surgery to treat the 2nd-degree burns on her back, her legs, and her torso. Kelsey's mom had left her in the care of her boyfriend. According to a criminal complaint, 27-year-old Akeem Sego put her in the bathtub, then went downstairs to do laundry. Claims he didn't do it on purpose. Kelsey's father says he wants justice to be served.
I honestly want parents to be aware, you should definitely be aware of who you have around your kids. don't put anything past anybody.
Officials say the one-year-old has a high risk of permanent scarring. Sago has been charged with 1 count of neglecting a child, causing great bodily harm.
After being arrested for first-degree murder, 20-year-old Marcus Hamilton's cash bond has been set at $1 million.
Madeline O'Neill's here with details from court this afternoon. Maddie?
Eric and Charlotte, Hamilton is accused of shooting and killing 18-year-old Gunnar Holm of Dodgeville. So when police believe Hamilton knew. Hamilton made a short court appearance this afternoon. It only took a few minutes, with the judge setting bail at $1 million with no objections. Prosecutors will allege Hamilton shot and killed Holm on the 1000 block of Spruce Street near downtown Saturday afternoon. The shooting is Madison's third homicide of the year. Now Hamilton is due back in court on Monday. Something we'll be following.
The state of Wisconsin is appealing a judge's order to immediately deactivate the voter registrations of more than 200,000 people. The judge entered an order today that the Elections Commission needs to get rid of voters who didn't respond to a mailing indicating they have moved. The Department of Justice immediately appealed. There are lots of eyes on the case since the majority of affected voters are areas of the state with more Democratic voters. A new audit released today says Wisconsin's Economic Development Agency has to make changes to ensure tax credits aren't awarded for Foxconn employees who don't work in the state. This is the second year the nonpartisan Legislative Audit Bureau identified this problem. Governor Evers says Foxconn won't qualify for tax credits unless its contract is renegotiated.
SSM Health is taking the first steps to start construction on the replacement of its 60-year-old clinic on Fish Hatchery Road. The new site just north of that existing clinic would be a 5-story building offering primary care services as well as specialty programs that were removed from South Madison years ago. SSM filing a land use application with the city, hopes to break ground in the spring.
We're fortunate to have enough land where we currently are, where we can have a world-class facility right there in its current location and be able to give really good quality health care as a result of it.
And that new campus will be renamed SSM Health South Madison Campus. A pay increase for state troopers may be in danger. Right now, it's not included on a Republican-controlled committee's voting agenda. Tomorrow, the committee is set to approve 2% pay raises this year and next for state employees and UW workers. The troopers deal would raise starting salaries from $44,000 a year to $54,000, an increase of about 23%. Republican senators were concerned about the large increase and wanted more time to review it.
City officials in Rock County are worried a food desert could soon be forming.
This comes as a family-owned grocery store announces it's closing its doors. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter spoke to the store's owner today, and he joins us from our bureau at the Janesville Gazette with what it means for the city. Adam?
Charlotte and Eric, Mars Market was only open on Janesville's east side for about a year and a half. But now, as it's counting down its final days, it's got some wondering where folks in Janesville are going to get their groceries. It started as a real opportunity for Jeff Maurer.
The previous owner contacted me, and he said he was going to, he was not happy with the sales.
To take over one of the only grocers on Janesville's east side.
He was probably going to close the store, and asked if I thought that I could make a difference.
But as quickly as the store could open, it's closing. A product of sales not living up to the owner's expectations.
Our expenses exceeded our sales, and I was personally funding the losses. And I finally got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore.
The city's economic development director says this is an issue, and not just for the 9 full-time employees who no longer have a job.
Well, you have a large food desert now between the entirety of the south side not having a full-line grocery, and now the far east side does not have a grocery available.
Maurer says he's concerned about the seniors who rely on home food delivery or other services his store provides.
Now they're going to be forced to drive a much further distance, and especially as we go into winter, that's probably not the best thing for a lot of them.
Well, Price says in order to keep a store like Maurer's around, people need to shop there.
Our citizens need to support local businesses in order for them to be profitable and to remain in the community, because nobody can do this on a philanthropic basis.
Now the challenge becomes filling that soon-to-be vacant space. And as you heard in that story, there's also a need for a grocery store on Janesville's south side. Now, both men say trying to find someone to fill either one of those spaces is going to be a challenge.
All right, story will continue to follow. Adam Duxter in Rock County. Adam, thank you.
Next at 6, the city of Madison is celebrating its biggest solar array. We'll explain how it'll help power the Metro bus facility.
And more local news ahead. The United Way of Dane County is looking for a new organization to help fund a free book program for children. That story tonight, News 3 Now at 10. Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway is flipping the switch to the city's newest solar panel project. The panels on top of Metro Transit's bus garage roof are a 120 kilowatt system that's expected to offset 98 metric tons of carbon dioxide each year. It's Madison's most powerful solar panel project to date. It'll help the city reach its 2030 goal of 100% renewable energy for city operations.
Solar energy is a triple win for the community. It creates local jobs, it's cost effective, and it's critical in achieving our climate goals and transitioning to clean energy sources.
The panels were installed by Green Power trainees. That's a 6 to 9 month program that creates a path to careers in the solar industry. Electrician apprenticeships or city jobs today focus on energy. Presented the mayor with a $33,000 incentive check that'll go towards future solar installations and energy efficient improvements at city buildings.
The Janesville Plan Commission has passed a preliminary development plan for the former General Motors site. That's according to the Janesville Gazette. The plan includes zoning for industrial, residential, and mixed uses, and those could change depending on bids to build at the site. Commission members are calling the plan flexible. It's meant to be used as a roadmap and marketing tool for the new Centennial Industrial Park. Power tools manufacturing company Milwaukee Tool will build a new campus in Menominee Falls. Its $100 million investment means the creation of 870 new jobs by 2025. The company is also investing $7.5 million to expand its Imperial Blade subsidiary in Sun Prairie. Milwaukee Tool is eligible for millions of dollars in tax credits if it follows through on job promises.
The Madison Public Library has announced the new Penny Library will officially open in March. The temporary library on Cottage Grove Road will close to the public on Sunday, February 16th. And on Thursday, March 12th, the new library on Cottage Grove Road will open at 11 a.m. with a ribbon-cutting ceremony. The new location is in the Royster Corners mixed-use development. Features expanded meeting spaces, improved children and teen spaces, a studio for hands-on projects, and much more. A Wallet Hub report says Madison is runner-up on its list of most caring U.S. cities. The study ranked cities based on several factors, including shelter provided for people who are homeless, income donated to charity, and hours that residents spend volunteering. Virginia Beach beat Madison for that top spot. Pittsburgh came in third.
Ahead in sports, the Wisconsin volleyball team is headed to the Final Four. Kevin Lewis will have an update from today's big send-off ceremony.
And it'll be cold tomorrow before a bit of a warm-up with highs that could reach the 40s by the end of the week. Gary will have your first alert forecast next.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us now, and temperatures are going to start going down.
Yeah, there's a cold front actually just to our north, and you can kind of tell where it is on Doppler track because there's a little band of flurries. And as that drops southward, those temperatures will start dropping pretty rapidly as skies clear out across northern Wisconsin. Here in the southern part of the state, just a few flurries just north of the Dells. These will skitter on through this evening and pretty much be gone by about 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. It'll be cold for tomorrow. By morning, wind chills could be down to 0 to 10 below zero, and afternoon high temperatures only will reach the upper teens, but we should turn mild again on Thursday, and then Friday, beginning on Friday, lasting through the Christmas holiday. High temperatures will be between 40 and 45, when the average high temperature should be around 28 degrees. No snow or rain expected after tonight's flurries until perhaps some light rain showers late in the day on Christmas Day. So it'll be a green Christmas around here. To the south, it'll probably be a white Christmas as heavy snow moved over the last couple of days from Kansas City through St. Louis and Indianapolis. Of course, the northern part of the United States has a big, thick snow cover, and temperatures are very cold there. But after our high of 18 for tomorrow, we're up to 34 on Thursday, and then you can see just how far above normal our high temperatures will be through the Christmas holiday. And even as temperatures drop off a little bit after that, they'll still remain above normal, not only for the days right after Christmas, but perhaps into the new year, because the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center from December 25th through the 31st, which is basically the week between Christmas and New Year's, calling for about a 70% chance of above normal temperatures here, and precipitation expected to be above normal as well. The storm track will start redeveloping across the country, but some of this precipitation will be in the form of rain as temperatures stay mild. The live view from the Edgewater Skycam at downtown Madison. Haven't seen any flurries here in the Madison area yet. High today 27, the low 16. There's the averages 29 and 15, so very close to those. Right now we're at 26. Actually, the airport now reporting a couple of flurries. The air is calm and the wind chill really not much of a factor right now, but it will be later on tonight. You can tell exactly where the front is because temperatures are in the 20s in the southern part of the state, teens in the northern part, and then dropping to around 0 by the time you get up to Superior. And then you look at the wind chills, and they drop to between 10 and 20 below 0 already across much of the northern half of Minnesota back into North Dakota. There are wind chill advisories for wind chills that could drop to as low as 30 to 35 below 0 tonight over north central Wisconsin, and a wind chill warning for the Arrowhead of Minnesota where wind chills tonight could drop to 50 below 0. So maybe it's a good thing we don't have any snow on the ground right now. Upper level winds have briefly shifted to the northwest, but notice this big bulge in the jet stream out to the west as a strong storm system moves up the west coast of North America and stays well out to the west of us. So this cold front will swing through tonight, but then be replaced pretty quickly by a quick warm-up. Temperatures south of the front, mainly 20s and 30s. North of the front, single digits and teens. But on future track, you can see those northwesterly winds tomorrow, and then right after that, the winds shift back around to the south by tomorrow night, and temperatures start warming up. And by Thursday, we're back into the middle 30s. So for tonight, cloudy skies, a couple of flurries this evening, then turning clear and colder overnight. Low dropping to 5, wind chills down to 10 below 0 by morning. Tomorrow should be mostly sunny and colder with a high temperature of 18. As we check out future track, those temperatures drop off once the flurries move on out of here. By morning, we're down into the single digits. Highs tomorrow only in the upper teens, but notice the winds becoming southerly late in the day. Tomorrow night, temperatures only drop a couple of degrees in the evening and then start climbing overnight, and by Thursday we're back up into the middle 30s as sunshine returns in the afternoon. 7 to 10 day forecast. We hit 40 on Friday and stay 40 or above all the way through Christmas Day. Maybe a couple of rain showers late in the day on Christmas Day and a rain or snow shower early on Thursday. Temperatures turn a little colder at the end of next week.
Wheels up for the Berg. Wisconsin volleyball wants that national title trophy on the plane ride back. Sports is on deck. After a little flight delay, the Wisconsin volleyball team is off to Pittsburgh for their third ever Final Four appearance with a shot at its first ever national title. The Badgers play top-seeded Baylor Thursday night at 6. Athletic Director Barry Alvarez, the band, some of the most loyal fans in college volleyball, sent them off in style. Alvarez had a few parting words of advice, not making the Final Four trip any bigger than it already is.
We don't need any superhuman efforts. We just want you to play like you can play. And play like a great team that you are. And you'll bring home the bacon. Good luck to you. On behalf of the entire athletic department, good luck. I'll see you in Pittsburgh.
The Badgers already played Baylor way back on September 6th. The Bears won 3-1 at the Fieldhouse. Wisconsin head coach Kelly Sheffield said it's unbelievable how much his team has grown since that match, but so has Baylor, and that's what makes Thursday's national semifinals so big time.
It's not going to be the same team they're going to see. And I doubt if it's going to be the same team that we see either. And so it's that's one of the cool things. There's been just incredible amount of growth from both teams. That's what I'm seeing on film.
The first time we played them, we went out and played strong, but we just kind of didn't finish towards the end of sets. And I think that's what we're doing great now is finishing games. So I think we're ready for it.
If Northwestern beats Michigan State tomorrow night, every team in the Big Ten will be 1-1. A 14-way tie for first and last place, I guess, in the conference. Wisconsin knows what it's like to roll at home, then turn around and get beat on the road. And head coach Greg Gard says we better get used to it.
Just go up and down the league. I mean, from our experiences to watching other games, you know, two teams that were undefeated to start league play, or go into league play undefeated. Ohio State going to Minnesota, Indiana obviously coming here. So yeah, it's what the league play does to you.
The Packers watched the last two postseasons from home. Now they have a seat at the table with a chance to move up the seeding. That starts Monday night in Minnesota. Now a win over the Vikings and the Packers clinched the NFC North and a home game in the first round of the playoffs. Despite the fact that they're booked for at least the first week of January, the team says that's still nowhere near the expectations of this franchise.
We don't leave it just there. We want to win championships here, and it's been that way for a long time. So it's good to be back on pace to, you know, handle what we've done in the past. But you know, we want to go in strong these last two games, starting with the Vikings. Go in there, we'll get a good solid win there. You know, solidify the division, and then you know, finish the season off strong so we can get a full head of steam going into the playoffs.
The Brewers signed outfielder Avisail Garcia to a 2-year contract. 28-year-old hit .282 with a career-high 20 homers, 72 RBIs in 125 games with the Rays last season. He will likely spend most of his time in left field, meaning Ryan Braun could be moved around the Brewers' outfield or infield.
First base, third
maybe
base,
first base, a couple of different gloves, so we'll see.
Yeah,
I quit counting the days to spring training with because it's going to be 5 degrees overnight tonight, so I don't want to think about Arizona.
You start adding all the temperatures together, though, and, you know, we probably would be warm enough to start playing.
It's like Maryvale weather, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, temperatures are going to fall later on tonight. There's a little band of flurries moving on through central Wisconsin, just starting to move in areas north of the Dells. Temperatures right now, middle 20s, not too bad. Wind chills are in the teens, but by tomorrow morning, those temperatures will be in the single digits. The wind chills to 10 below zero, a high of only 18 tomorrow. Look at the temperatures after that. Very nice through the Christmas holiday.
Spring training.
Just
Not
about.
too far away. Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News Tree Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.